Hi guys, here is today's story, and as usual, I hope that you're being really good for your mum and dad or gran and grand, whoever's looking after you, and we miss you loads. Okay, so here is today's story. Today's story is Mr. Chatterbox's parrot. Mr. Chatterbox is always a fun one to read. Mr. Quiet's house is very quiet, and it's surrounded by a very quiet garden. Even the wind doesn't like to blow because it doesn't want to make any noise for Mr. Quiet. But one day, a certain someone came to live in Mr. Quiet's garden. Can you guess who it might be? Squawk! Wake up! I'm a pretty boy! I'm a pretty boy! Mr. Quiet had a parrot living in his garden, and it was a very noisy parrot. This new neighbour meant the end of all Mr. Quiet's lovely peace and quiet. Poor Mr. Quiet. Now, not far from Mr. Quiet lived a Mr. Man called Mr. Chatterbox. Now, I can't remember if we've met him before or not, but here he goes. Mr. Chatterbox likes to talk, and he talks on and on and on, and sometimes even on. "What a good job you're doing," he said to the window cleaner. "Really good job, I must say. And in fact, I do say, because I've never seen anyone clean windows quite as well as you can. In fact, I have to say, from morning until night, Mr. Chatterbox talks on and on to anyone about anything. To anyone or anything that will listen. He even talks to the worms in his garden. When the postman comes to deliver the post, Mr. Chatterbox talks to him about the rain and the sun and the clouds and the wind and the time, until there is no time for the postman to deliver any other letters. On and on and on it goes. When Mr. Chatterbox meets someone in the street, it's just the same. "Ah, good morning, Mr. Strong. What interesting things have you got in your basket?" "Ah, eggs. How I do love eggs. I love eggs with bacon. I love eggs boiled or scrambled or fried or baked or coddled or poached. Tell me, how do you like your eggs? Do you like your eggs boiled or scrambled or fried or baked or coddled or poached?" On and on and on. What a chatterbox. It was just too much. His friends, Little Miss Bossy, called a meeting. "Put your hand up if you think that Mr. Chatterbox talks far too much," she said. Everyone put their hand up. Some even put two hands up. But how could they stop Mr. Chatterbox from talking so much? That was the problem. And nobody had any ideas. I wish I had some ideas. That would be good. "I have an idea," said a little tiny voice. "I have a friend called Mr. Quiet who hates any kind of noise, and..." It was Little Miss Shy, and she told everyone at the meeting about her idea. Can you guess what her idea is? "Hooray for Little Miss Shy!" shouted everyone. "Hip hip hooray!" Little Miss Shy blushed. The next day, when Mr. Quiet opened his windows, he expected to hear the very loud squawks of his neighbour the parrot. But there was complete silence in the garden. And why was there silence? Because the parrot had gone. At last, Mr. Quiet had his peace and quiet back again. And as for Mr. Chatterbox, well, he was delighted. Now, at last, he had found someone that he could talk to as much as he wanted. Whether they were in the car or at home, he talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. On and on and on and on and on. And if the parrot ever had enough of Mr. Chatterbox's talking, he would simply fly over and drop a cloth over his head so that, for a change, he could speak. and on and on and on. I hope you enjoyed our story today, and hopefully we will get back tomorrow with another story. Bye!